Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we will have a look at Deno. Deno is a cross-platform runtime, and the developer of Deno is the same developer of node.js, Ryan Dell, and he has announced of Deno in 2018 for the first time in European JS conference, if you remember. And I was very excited when I heard about Deno. He basically, in that conference, he talked about couple of defect in the node.js architecture, and he proposed some solution that he's gonna bring to Deno. And I was following, the news of Deno, but recently I was so busy and I could not follow the repo at all. And all of a sudden, yesterday I heard that Deno is gonna be released after 2 days, which is 13th of May, this month, basically after 2 days. So I just wanted to have a look at Deno before the release. Right now the version, it shows 1.0 just before release. Then it's gonna have a stable version. So I wanted to have a look at this stage, and maybe after it gets stable, we can have another look, and if it is good, then we can even make a course out of that. But so far, I had a look and I felt good, so I just wanted to share. So in this video we'll be discussing what is Deno, and how, the idea of Deno, how did it come? Why Deno in the first place? We have node.js, for instance. So we'll discuss that. Secondly, we'll discuss, what are the functionality that are needed for a web application. Does Deno really provide that? And lastly, we'll make a demo application. We'll go through the documentation. I don't know any functions, since I did not work with this framework. So we'll go through the documentation and we'll figure it out together. So let's start with what is Deno. As I said before, Deno is a cross-platform runtime. It's using, in the background, it's using Google's V8 engine, and instead of C++, this time it was developed by Rust, with Rust language, and this time for event loop system they use Tokyo library. But as we will be developing as developers, this thing is not gonna affect us a lot. What will affect us is the language that we will implement. Previously it was JavaScript, this time it is gonna be TypeScript. Though I have been using TypeScript for Node.js for a while, but I'm having to use some transpiler that basically transpile TypeScript into plain JavaScript. Then the JavaScript is read by Node.js. So let's start with why Deno. Why do we need Deno? What's the problem with Node.js? As Ryan has described in that conference, also he went to Ukraine in an Ukraine conference. He also presented Deno. There he explained the problem with Node.js. The first problem is it got a centralized package management, which we know npm, and when you say recur, when you install a package, it has to come from npm. So this way, he, as in his statement, is not that webby, because web has to be decentralized. So that's the first problem he said. Then there is another problem, that is node modules. In the project itself, you have this huge node modules folder, and inside a package you may have other dependency that may require other dependencies. So this way it can branch a lot. So node modules is generally gets so huge So that's a problem he mentioned. Also, there is this problem of package.json, which is like a manifest, and that's there, it's controlling all the version, along with, it has license and stuff. So like many developers, he also does not like that. Then another problem, the most important problem, is the security concern. Any package you install, it has the total right to go to internet. It can access internet, or it can write file or read file, basically. So that's also someone can, a hacker can execute remote code. So those are the problem regarding node.js. And then let's have a look how Deno solved that. First of all, Deno by default it accepts TypeScript. You can also write JavaScript, but there is no problem with TypeScript. You don't need a Webpack to transpile TypeScript into JavaScript. No, it by native it reads TypeScript. Then another good thing about Deno that is fascinating when I was exploring it. Just like frontend, it can run code from a different source, from a different URL. You can say www.yourwebsite.com/script.ts, and it can simply read from there. So what it does is basically it takes that, it downloads that file, then it caches it locally, and then each time you call that file, it basically takes it from the cache. Also, you can manually update it, but generally once it's downloaded, it reads from the cache. Then if a file wants to read a file, if your package want to read a file in your software, then it will ask for permission. Without permission it cannot read. Same for accessing internet, for instance. You must say explicitly, you must say --allow--net for it to access internet. After you're done building the application, you can simply say Deno compile. At that point, if I'm not wrong, it's Deno compile, and at that point it will take all the files that it has, all the packages and stuff. Then it will make a single file. It could be JS, single file. So you can simply run that file. And also in the in many conferences, they have said they will have an executable, so that you can simply execute the file. But as I was exploring, I did not see that, or this command is taken from the command line. So maybe we'll see when they release the software, we'll have another look and see how it goes. Then the last but not least is top level await. So you generally on Node.js, if you wanna await a promise, then it has, first of all, you need to wrap it inside an async function. But Deno by default it allows you to await a promise without having to wrap it in an async function. So, which is also I find it very interesting. So let's if you want to know more about the details of Deno, then you can have a look at this presentation that Ryan has given in 2019 in Ukraine. Also, I got the presentation itself in SlideShare, so I will put that in the video description so that you can have a look. Right now, let's dive deep into Deno itself. So first of all, if you go to their official website, you will see such a you will see deno.land. That's their website, and then from there you can you see how to install Deno in your machine. You can install it in Windows, and then it also tells you, how to write your first line of code. So first of all, I will execute this command, and I will keep explaining. So let me just copy that, and I'll be using PowerShell. And just paste, and it's gonna take a while. Meanwhile, I'll be explaining. So as you can see, this is the official website. If you come here, then you see third party. You see modules and third party, and this is by default you can import any link you wish. Say it is JS or TypeScript, you can simply import in that, and you can use the function in it. But there are some also you can serve it under Denoland if you wish. So you can see there are so many packages, 230 packages, and they're quite interesting packages, like just a sec, you will see Redis. There is Redis here, so you can use Redis. SQL, I remember. Yeah, there is MySQL, Postgres, SQL Builder. Excuse me. And then, for instance, there is the EJS. If you're from Node.js, then you of course know this EJS view engine. EJS for Deno, and so I had a look at these packages, and I found a couple of them, so I will introduce you with those packages, and together we'll try to explore. That's a nice picture. Okay, so let's get started. So let's see. Yeah, it's done. So you can say Deno v, and you can see that's the Deno version. So so what you're going to do right now is we'll open up let's open up an empty folder. Let's create a folder here. Says, we can say Deno, right? We can say Deno. Let's open it up with VS Code. Okay, so here in the terminal I'm using PowerShell, but you can use Bash. Let's check if we have access to Deno. There we have it. So first of all, I'm going to go to the main page, and we can, as we have explained at the beginning, you can simply run any code from any remote code basically, or code from a different source. So if you enter in this URL, you see such a bit of code here that says console.log, and you can simply run the code right from your terminal. You can say Deno run, and it says welcome to Deno. It writes the message there. we can do the same. We can open up a file here, app.ts, and we don't need tsconfig file, so we can simply say console log hello world, and we can run Deno app.ts. Okay, I missed run, so I need to say Deno run app.ts. Yeah, there you see it. So we'll come to this point. Actually, we can try it right away. We can paste it here, and then let's see what is in this file. It's in this link. So if you come here and go to the link, that's you see a class here, and you're basically importing from this class the serve function. Yes, you're calling this function, which takes a parameter, basically, which takes a port. If you look for it, it takes port. So yeah, there it is, and we're printing that, and then this is going to be an array of request, and you're just iterating through the request, and as you get the request, you respond to it. So rec.respond will simply respond to the request, and we can try it. Let's try it in the same way, which is say Deno run app.ts, but it's not gonna run. Let me show you. Say it's gonna first download this file here. So see, permission denied. That's the security part. Right now we need to explicitly tell that right now I will be open to the internet. So you need to say Deno run allow the -net then app.ts, and it's running. So right now we can go to our browser. You can see it's running. Okay, so we'll dive deep into this serving file, or creating a server for a web application. But first, let's start with something fun. So where is that? My favorite package is Catio. That's right. Let's import that file. And then we can simply, instead of sending hello, instead of sending hello you, we can send this function, and then let's see what it shows. Where is that? Here it is. I need to restart the server. And there you see a cat, and if you refresh, you see a cat. There is another one. Refresh it. There is another one. So yeah, just like npm, we must have this package in all the framework. Okay, so let's this time we can go for, okay, let's look at this file, for instance, this package. This package, as you can see, it has so many functions in it, and you can import any of those functions and use it. I can give you a very simple example of key function, for instance, keys. So this comment itself is very explanatory. It says what it does. It basically returns key names from a provided object. So we can simply import that. We can get rid of everything here. We can say import keys from this package, and then we can have an object that says Deno, and then we can simply run this function. So you can say keys my object. Run this, and you see it says topic and type. So you can do the same for values, for instance. There's that values, again a very simple function, and that returns values from a provided object. So let's import that. Instead of keys, there is going to be values, simple as it is. And then we can say keys here, and then here we'll have values. Let's run it, and there you see it. So it's very it is fun to use this kind of code from source, right from the link. Also you can see what kind of function you're importing. I kind of like that. And generally, in TypeScript, if you are importing from a link, it shows you some error. You cannot import from a package that's ending with .ts. To resolve that problem, you can have a package that's name is Deno by just Javac. I don't know how to pronounce that. So that's the package you wanna install, which will basically resolve this problem. So let's keep going. Right now, so we have seen how to import a function from a package. Right now, maybe we can look at Redis, maybe how to implement Redis, how to implement a database, basically how to connect to a database. So to do that, that's the Redis package that we are going to use, Deno Redis. First of all, we will have to import connect from this package, and then as you can see, we can await without wrapping it into a async function. So we'll await it, and then we can set and get. So let's try that. So I'll copy it. There's also a built-in command that helps you to format the files. Say you just messed up, and let's save it. And then if you say Deno fmt, which is short form of format app.ts, it basically format the file, the target file. So I'm going to make it normal, say name. So in that case we can simply console log name. But for this thing to run, I will have to run the Redis server. And to do that, let me open up my Ubuntu. And last time I showed you how to install Redis in Windows 10. You can watch that video if you don't know how to install. I will have to simply say Redis server, and then I can run. Let's run it. Yeah, as you can see, it shows my name. Oops, I'm sorry. I will have to put the name here so that it can show my name. Let's see. So first of all, we have set the key name to the value Sadiq, and then we have retrieved it here, and we have console log the name here, as you can see. So the Redis function is working fine, there is no problem, the Redis package. Then we have seen that. I will come to that EJS module. We can close that, I guess. We have MongoDB, we have Mongo package, Mongo client basically to connect to MongoDB, but I tried it before the tutorial, before the video, and there are some bugs, unfortunately. Since this is just before the release, so I guess they're fixing it, and I hope on time it's gonna be okay. So MongoDB, this is a package to look, and Expresso is just like Express we have in node.js. This is also going to be a framework, and it has also similar problem. It got some bug, and I hope it gets fixed before it releases basically. And then there is drash, and similar problem here, but this couple of packages are going to be very interesting to look at. I hope shortly they will solve the problem. WaveView. So here is an interesting package, WaveView. It allows you to have desktop application in Windows, Linux, also on Mac OS. So this is going to be very interesting to look at this package here. I did not try it, but I think once it stabilizes, maybe we can try it together. So I guess right now we can have a look at the EJS and how you can really write a website with Deno. So first of all, I'm going to go to the home page, and I'll grab this bit of code. And instead of serve, I want to use a different function they have. If you say documentation, this documentation is very friendly. I really like that. As you can see, it also gives you example code and how this function is gonna work. So it's very good. So for us, I'm gonna use this listen and serve function. So let's copy that. So we'll have to import that. Fair enough. And then we can play it. We can run that. It doesn't say anything because we did not write anything. Maybe we can write console log earpiece on port. Can say options.port. Excuse me. And then let's run it again. And it's running on 8000. And it's here. Let's check it out. Hello world. And then if you want to use an EJS file, or if you want to use a template engine, so how we are going to do that? So first of all, we'll have to grab the code from here, grab the source URL, so we can render everything from, we can get everything from there. Let's import everything from there, and then we can have this file, render file, that basically serves the file. So we can have a look before we implement any code. So this EJS is very similar to the EJS we have in node.js, so nothing to explain there. But the way it works in node.js, we have, we basically explain, we basically tell the code that this file we're going to use as the view file, basically as the view folder. Here we're not doing that. We're basically each time we're concatenating the file extension. Here's CWD is I believe is PWD, print working directory, but this time is CWD. Could be, I don't know, copy working directory maybe. But what it does is basically it gives you the working directory you are, and then it concatenate the rest of it. So for us, I'm going to have a views folder, and in that views folder we can have index.ejs. In that index.ejs, what you can do is basically we can import, we can implement a bootstrap form, and we can also implement Redis and show how to set a value and how to retrieve it later on. It's gonna be very simple, but let's do it. So I'll go to bootstrap, I'll say bootstrap forms, or maybe also we need the starter template, so I'll simply grab that bit, and then let's grab some form element. I will need a single element, I don't need a lot. So I'll, instead of this, I'm gonna put I'll put it as text, and I'll say name. Does not really matter, so we can say enter name, enter your name, and then we don't need that. We don't need checkbox either. Yeah, that sounds good. All we'll have to do is action and method post. So far so good. Let's check how can we implement that. So first of all, I'm going to get the function, which is render file from djs and then I'm getting lost. Okay, here we are. Then basically we'll have to import that from Deno. For our case, we don't need this two. We'll simply use cwd, and here we can use output, and we can grab this bit. Then we will have to go back, views, and grab index. And then we'll give some parameter. So that's the object that will be transferred to the view. So I'm gonna say title. I'll say example. That's it. And then here as body, we can say send this output. Yeah, this is an async function. As you can see, it says that you cannot assign promise to a type string, so we'll have to await that. And as you can see, I'm not having to wrap it up in an async function. I can simply await it, and then I can pass it. So let's run it again. So since we're reading this file here, it is telling you to allow read. So that's again the security part we explained before. And then there is a problem here. The system cannot find the path specified, and did not find the path. So in that case, maybe we can see what does cwd really gives us. right? So let's have a look. Yeah, it gives /Deno. Then if we go back to stage, no, we're not having to go back actually. We're not having to go back. We can simply say /views, right? So we're not having to go back. That's right. So at the same time, we saw what it does. And let's try it. There you have it. Very, I don't know, very nice looking, maybe. Very nice looking form. So maybe we can put it inside a container, and then maybe we can make it we can give 2-column offset, and we can make it 8. So I would say then we can put the form inside. Let's run the server. Okay, not bad. Anyways, that's not the focus of the video, but anyways, we can, instead of hello world, we can say the title here. And as you expect, simply put the title. Example. So what else? So right now we have implemented the view engine here, template engine, EJS, and then also we can implement, say you have some secret code. In that case you need .env like we have in node.js. For that there is a package here. Where is that? Yeah, this package. So you can simply import that file, and this will read the package, or you can import it and then call the function. For me, I would like to do this one. I would like to import it and call the function. So let's do it. And then in our case we'll have an init file, so let's create it .env. Inside that we can have a name, we can have as you said before, type video maybe, and then we can say load.env. Right now we'll have this variable loaded to this file, but how do you check it? So to check it, we can enter into this source and if you search for env, you have 5 of them. As you can see, this one, they're basically getting the environment from this file, they're parsing it, and then here they're setting it to deno.env.set. So they're basically setting the key to the value. So I think since there is set, there has to be a get function. So we can take this file, this object, and we can console log this, console log, and see what is going to give us. So right now you're accessing the environment variables, so you will have to explicitly mention that. So we'll do that. And then you can see that deno.env is an object that has this value, that has functions, as you can see: set function, get function, to object function, right? So I guess we'll use the get function. It's very convenient, it's very understandable. So we'll simply say get, and then we can say, sorry, it was type, then run the server again. You can see it, the type is video. So this is how you can implement .env package basically. So that's pretty much it. Let me see if I'm missing something. That's pretty much it for this video. In this video I wanted to basically, I just had the first look and I wanted to share my experience as I went through this thing. It's not like a tutorial, I would not say, just like an opinion, or how I explore the package, the platform, the first look, and I wanted to share. There are so many bugs, as you can see in many packages. Unfortunately there is still some bugs, and I think as Deno releases, or as the package get matured, these bugs are gonna go. So I'm kind of interested, you see the way it imports packages and stuff. So that looks very good to me. I hope once this kind of a framework like Rust, Rush, DRush, or Espresso, they will be up and running. I think this platform is going to be very interesting. So maybe in the future, we'll have another video once the platform is matured, and we'll all together, we'll comment on the different components. So thank you so much for watching this video. This video should not be leading you to to comment on this platform. Basically I wanted to give you a very what do you call it, say 10,000 feet overview of the platform. I also don't have a lot of information, but right now we know a bit about the platform, some features and stuff. So I guess with that bit of information, when releases come, when platform gets matured, we'll have a better understanding, and we can pick up from there, and we can maybe have a tutorial on that. So again, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you in a next video. Till then, take care.